You doing all right?
Yeah, I'm doing good. How you doing?
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
I hope you have a good day.
Hope you have a better week.
I hope your month is full of successful days and a lot of great ventures. I hope you just come up, brother.
I hope your whole fucking year is spectacular.
Oh, you hope my year is spectacular.
Yeah.
You got something you want to say to me?
You got something you want to say?
The riddle for next episode. Next episode is going to be one of the first. It's going to be a first time category. So I'm going to need you to smash that like button because we want to get that first time feeling. That first time feeling like the first time you had 2 minutes to beat up that car, or the first time you figured out a new weapon. And then you were like, wait a second, isn't that guy in that other game too? Whatever it is, this episode is going to be very, very toasty. With that, for Dan, for Vaughn, for the Ryans, White Ryan, Ryan O'Regan, Black Ryan, Ryan Payne, and Mr. Mendy, we are out here. What up, family? It's your boy Amaru, and we are back with another episode of One Gotta Stay. And for the very first time, I'm doing video games. We've done movies, we've done music, we've done franchises, we've done actors, we've done actresses. But we finally got some gamers here, or at least people who claim to be gamers. I know one is actually a gamer because I'm not. But I got a cool ass panel here with me. And to start it off, I'm gonna go a hometown legend, my boy. I made this list, and some of my boys like, you gotta get him on. He whooped all our asses in fighting games, so yeah, you better get him on. Don, how you doing, fam? Good, glad to have you. How you doing?
Doing good, man. I'm happy to be here. You know, there's some of these videos in the past, you know, when you shouted out to me, I was like, you right up my alley, man. So just happy to be here, happy to support, you know, and happy to see what everybody else got to say. I think they actually bring some heat when it comes to these games, you know what I'm saying?
We will see. Coming straight off of class with the fresh face, shirt open because it is hot over here on the East Coast. RJ, how you doing, fam?
So I will admit I am not what you would call a gamer, but I have a very strong opinion about all these games because I got my ass whooped in all of them back in the day. So,
hey, perfect. And right below him, the substitute teacher extraordinaire, as I just learned. Hey, Aaron. Hey, Aaron, also on the East Coast, but down there with Florida man. How you doing, fam?
Good. I would be considered a gamer. I was always much more of a bigger fan of the ones with guns than the ones with punching. But I've definitely played through a lot of the games that are being talked about today, so I'm excited to be here.
Cool. And last but not least, I'm going to get one number right on this, but the 5,738th favorite papa in the fan leagues, Jacob West, shall be continuously known from here on out as Papa West. How are you doing, sir? First time on. Glad to have you.
Yeah, long-time listener, first-time caller. I'm also the only one who's not East Coast. So I'm just out here in wonderful. Oh, you're not East. Okay.
Cali.
Never mind. Oh, California. Nowhere near the East Coast. My bad. Okay, sweet. I'm right, kind of close to the middle. I consider myself a big gamer. I have the Legend of Zelda shirt on because I love Zelda and anything adventure stuff, and dwelled into fighters too. Got my ass kicked just like Aaron and RJ sometimes. So you do what you do.
So apparently the only person who didn't get their ass beat in this game is Don. Perfect. These games we're talking about and franchises we're talking about are four of at least what I consider some of the best fighting franchises of all time. We got Super Smash Bros., Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, and yes, I included Soul Calibur because I consider that a better franchise than Tekken. A lot of people don't know Virtua Fighter. I would have put Power Stone, but nobody has heard of that. A brilliant, awesome double series of games from the best console ever, Dreamcast. But that is a conversation for another day. With this one, though, movies and TV shows and YouTube series are in consideration for this if you leave them. However, I am kind of not putting that into consideration when I make my list. I'm just taking them as collateral damage. The other four gentlemen, they can choose their list however they please. I'm just getting some criteria all the way. Second, Heihachi is in Soul Calibur. That's why I also chose Soul Calibur in this list. We already got some people going off in these comments. But let's get it started. Let's go with our first person to describe what they chose and where. And we are going to go with Papa West. Papa West, please let us know what is your number 4.
Yes. So Papa West number 4, also known as the worst of all of these, is the one that shouldn't be here. Soul Calibur.
I'm not going to let him slander that just yet, just because it said it shouldn't be here, but whatever. Okay, go on ahead.
No, and I'll be honest with you too, Amaru. Any other fighting franchise you put in there over Soul Calibur is going to be number 4. But my issue with Soul Calibur, yes, it's fun. The build a character function in some of the later ones is really cool, and you actually it matters how heavy your armor is based on how fast your character moves. And I believe it's Volvo, the guy with the little scissor hands.
The scissor hands, yes.
Creepiest person ever. But really, other than that, they don't have a lot of memorable characters. And really, the most memorable characters, in my opinion, for Soul Calibur, would be Link, Yoda, Darth Vader, and Starkiller, who aren't even a member of that franchise.
But it's what they're known for. On top of the fact that Yoshimitsu can kick ass as well. But they're one of the first games to do that. The weapons alone. Anyway, does anybody else have Soul Calibur as their number 4?
Now put your hands down right now.
I hate
every single person in here. Put your hands down.
Yeah, fine. Y'all go on ahead. Why do you hate Joy?
I'll let the person who's actually won go first.
So Calibur to me, man. I mean, it was a different game. You know, you look at all the different games that are up there. It was like the only game that you could actually like move side to side instead of back and forth. You know, but outside of that, I mean, it didn't really have too much more, man. You know, I mean, my guy Papa West said it. Majority of the cast that are most known for that game aren't even from that franchise. They had to leak in all kind of casts, even just to market the sales. You know, and the gameplay. I mean, it didn't. To me, it didn't really progress too much. You know, I mean, like you saw it in Tekken, they did the side to side, so it wasn't unique in that way. And I mean, it's just like no progression. Story was pretty much the same. It was, you know, it was kind of mundane. Combos didn't really change from game to game to game. It just didn't do it for me.
Fine. Aaron, why do you also have Soul Calibur as number 4?
So for me, it has to do with the fact that out of all the games on this franchise, or out of all the games on this list, it's the only one that I've ever actively not had fun with. Now, admittedly, I'm a little bit younger than everybody else, so I haven't played the earliest games, which I'm sure are probably better than some of the more recent ones. But I've played 3, 4, and 5, and again, it's exactly that. At least the ones that I've played, they feel like games that are built on the concept of, oh, let's do every like as you mentioned with the movement and stuff. Like, it's got some small unique things Jacob said about like the armor and like the create a character and stuff like that. It's got little unique features, but there's not a lot there to make it stand out except for the fact that it's nabbing characters from other franchises. But the difference between that and something like Smash is, with Smash, it's the norm. Whereas, like, I remember when Soul Calibur 4 came out, most of the marketing around that game was just based on the fact that we got Yoda and Vader. And if that's all you're trying to sell me on as a franchise, that and I'm not enjoying your game as much as the others when I play it, it's got to be an easy 4th for me there. That's fair. That's fair.
The fact that y'all are just discounting how much the weapons go into it and the armor and the fact that you cannot smash buttons in this game.
That's all I'm good at, though.
That's why Tekken doesn't belong on this list. If a guy like me can win Tekken literally by picking the bear and doing this attack the entire time, that game doesn't even belong on this list. In Soul Calibur, you got to learn each weapon. And don't tell me you talk about, oh, it's some basic shit. What other game has a ring blade? What other game lets you use tonfas? What other game has a whip sword? A literal sword that turns into a whip.
Message.
Oh my God, y'all guys are just lame. And like I said, at least I can move more than back and forth, man. At least I can actually use the entire ring and not just back up until it stops letting me back up. At least if you try to back up too much in Soul Calibur, you fall out of the map and you lose the match. At least it actually gives you something like, no, you have to stay here and fight rather than I'm at the end of the board. I'm at the end of the board. Come on, come get me. 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 We're not talking about Smash right now. We're talking about all these other games you try to bring up that are better.
And you're not talking about why Soul Calibur's fourth.
It's still just back and forth. All I know is when Dreamcast came, I am a Dreamcast stan, so my bias is all the way into this. And yes, and wait, let's make this work real quick. I'm gonna go.
Thank you.
That away.
I got it. No.
Other way.
There we go. There we go.
That's it.
There we go. Anything Dreamcast came out with, when Soul Calibur 2 came out, it was one of the most I had all the fucking fun doing that. I don't know what you're talking about, Aaron, but you know what? We're gonna keep it moving. RJ, you're already on a roll, so you know what? Just keep it going for us. Keep it going. What is your number 4?
Street Fighter. Street Fighter sucks. I'm sorry. If it's not Marvel vs. Capcom, Street Fighter would be gone. If it wasn't for Marvel vs. Capcom, Street Fighter wouldn't even exist anymore. I'm sorry. They're lame-ass characters. Most of the time you're picking Marvel characters anyway when you play Marvel vs. Capcom. I'm sorry. Street Fighter is uninteresting. It's literally the most basic side-to-side fighting game you can think of. I'm sorry. I have no fun with Street Fighter anymore. If people want to try to talk about like, oh, yeah, but it's one of the classic arcade games. There are like 10 other arcade games I'd rather play than Street Fighter. I'm sorry.
Easy, Ray. RJ's right. It is also my number 4.
Thank
Street
you.
Fighter.
Amar, switch me back again. Let's do this again. Switch it back again.
Let's do this again. Let's do it again.
Do it again.
That was much smoother, boys. Great job.
Oh, much smoother. His name is Rene Villarreal Jr. He is smart, he is intelligent, and he is correct.
I'm a smart fucking guy.
Street Fighter. I just called it Street Fighter. There we go. Street Fighter is an epic game. It is a classic game. But after a while, I was like done. On top of that, bias in. I don't care. This dude, one day when I visited Oxnard, just whooped on everybody, and I couldn't figure shit out. Even smashing didn't work. And I'm like, fam, you either got to be able to smash or you got to be able to learn stuff in like 2 seconds. And it was not fun anymore. After a while, I was just like, and that's not even my main reason. After a while, I was like, all right, cool. Guile and Ryu and Ken and Chun-Li, it's kind of the same over and over. Akuna is the dope as shit. But again, I don't care too much about the characters anymore. I get a little bored. It's kind of hard. Probably the hardest to play out of all of them, and that's not a knock. But you cannot be. It cannot be so hard that you're like, I'm done with this. I'm not doing it. And to me, as great as it is, as much as I will pick up the sticks and go to an arcade and play, I am playing the other 3 much more. Don was about to be gone. He was. But yeah, Street Fighter, definitely out first. Y'all good? Y'all good? We just moving on or?
I can disagree on that one.
So, off the majority, Soul Calibur is out first.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. But I mean, hey man,
majority of it.
You gotta let go of the pain, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't get stuck back there.
I guess, but I just can't. But with that, we are done with our fours. And me and RJ got rid of Street Fighter first. Don, Aaron, and Papa West got rid of Soul Calibur first.
You did it backwards. You did it backwards on that.
I did, but y'all get it. It's hard to do this sometimes. I'll flip it to the next one. Whatever. So I had a couple of people who really wanted to be on this episode, and they just couldn't, whether or not it was because of work or for class. So going into this next one, I'm gonna bring up somebody who we've seen before. If you're in Charlotte, you know him, and he has his number 3 is right here.
The next one that had to come off my list would have to be Mortal Kombat. Unfortunately, Mortal Kombat is a very, very popular franchise, not just in video games, but in animated movies and live action movies as well. But I felt like in the last 5 or 6, maybe even 10 years, it lost a lot of its luster as far as the video game is concerned. Not to say that people haven't run out to buy the game, to play the game online or anything like that. But I feel like compared to, Smash and Street Fighter, it doesn't really hold much weight compared to them.
I don't know what he's thinking, but Don, do you agree? Or do you got something else as your number 3?
All right. Before I tell you what my number 3 is, man, I'm gonna let you know right now that the next 3 was like hard to make a decision on. Well, except for the number 1. But I mean, I love all 3 franchises, but I agree, bro. MK for me was my number 3, dog. And I'm gonna tell you why MK was my number 3, right? So I mean, like the franchise, when I think of fighting game franchises, as far as like longevity, comes down between like Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat. But me personally, I can't pick Mortal Kombat over Street Fighter. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that,
that's only because you whooped everybody's ass in it. That's why.
I whooped everybody's ass in Mortal Kombat 2. It's the same thing, bro. It didn't matter. I lost more friends over fighting games than anything. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, for me though, like it comes down to the complexity. You know, like for me, being competitive in a fighting game, I used to see cats just jump kick all day in MK and just get dubs. And I'm like, there's no way that you should be able to win a match just by jump kicking all day in a match. And that's all you know how to do. And you can still get a dub, you know? And then even on top of that, it's just like the combos, man, like the combo complexity to me, it was really simple, you know? So as a fighting gamer, you know, MK, as much as I love the franchise, it is a good franchise, don't get me wrong, you know, but I'm not picking that over Street Fighter or Smash.
Look, anytime we went over Don's house to play video games, especially fighting games, by the end of it, all we wanted to say was,
shoot this motherfucker.
Every time. He's had his hands up twice now, so I'm going to assume. RJ, you also have Mortal Kombat as your number 3.
Yeah, like I said, not much of a gamer, so like I can't really talk about the complexities and everything that Don talked about, but here's my thing. Mortal Kombat relies way too much on gore. I'm sorry, like every game, it's just, oh, how can we make the fatalities more brutal? And honestly, I'm tired of it. Like, I get it. You guys want to like keep making these things gorier and gorier. Sure, whatever. You know what? You already switched over and just gave everything to your DC games anyways. You even put Mortal Kombat and DC together already. So you know what? Just put all the focus on those. They'll probably last longer anyways. And then in reality, honestly, just Mortal Kombat, like I want to talk about some basic ass bitches. Like there's like 7 ninjas, 5 robots, and like 3 cops. Like y'all want to talk about some basic ass character profiles. Like I know they're getting better in the later games, but y'all want to talk about the original game where like every single ninja looked exactly the fucking same except their color? I mean, come on. Like, that's some basic ass bitches. I'm sorry. And yeah, we get it. We all love Toasty. Well, I thought it said whoopsie. I thought that was actually the joke. Like, I thought the joke was whoopsie, I'm here. I didn't know it actually said Toasty, so that's on me. Don't get me wrong. I loved playing Mortal Kombat 2 on my Super Nintendo. But yeah, I'm just over the other two that are left. No, I can't put Mortal Kombat farther than that.
I had the greatest reptile outfit homemade from my abuela in second grade ever. Yes, fine, they are different, but like we talked about in Street Fighter, they all look different, but they had the same moves. Reptile, Scorpion, Sub-Zero, all of them have different moves. They all look different. They are their own characters each time.
One shot poison, one shot a chain, and the other shot ice. It's the same move, just different shit comes out. Don't tell me they did different shit. They literally did the same shit.
Hold up.
Let you display my Street Fighter like
characters that look almost the same. How are the Power Rangers doing, RJ?
They're doing fine. They've been out for 25 years, so don't even worry about it.
And they haven't changed a bit.
Exactly. They haven't changed a goddamn thing, but they do it better.
Oh, man.
I'll tell the box office that.
Yeah. Well, we're not going to talk about a Mortal Kombat game or movie because that last movie, after 10
I was
minutes.
about to say that, man. You want to talk about like franchise movies when it comes to these games.
Don't you dare slander 95. Don't you dare slander 95. It is the greatest, corniest thing ever. Christopher Lambert is my rated. I don't care how white he is.
Oh, jeez. You want to talk about corny.
He was amazing in that role.
Video out after that one.
Oh, you want to talk about the best corny thing? This guy was talking earlier. Let's talk about 95 Power Rangers. That slaps Mortal Kombat all day, every day.
Oh, God.
I'm sorry. Y'all want to talk about movies.
I don't know what you're
Y'all want to talk about cheesy 90 movies off a franchise? Power Rangers slaps Mortal Kombat all day, every day.
Before we get RJ on a tangent of Power Rangers, Aaron, can we just move forward before Power Rangers takes over? Because Power Rangers is nowhere. It's horrible. At least Mortal Kombat was good, corny.
Okay.
I will say, as somebody who played the most recent Power Rangers fighting game, it is worse than all four of these franchises. So, all right. So, to be honest, you guys almost, not that it matters at this point, but you guys almost convinced me with your argument to switch it up. But my number 3 is Street Fighter. You almost convinced me to actually want to switch it lower because I get it. The reason this one is number 3 is because I think the only Street Fighters I have played to any extensive amount, even compared to the other 3 franchises, are Marvel vs. Capcom, and the Street Fighter characters have never been done well enough to make me interested to want to go to the actual franchise. Again, I come at this as somebody who like, and I already see Dom's face going like, you're a real fighting game man. So like, we're gonna come at this from different perspectives. As somebody who's not in it for that, I'm just in it to try and win as much as I can. If your characters don't interest me, I'm not going to play your game, and it's just as simple as that. Yeah. And Street Fighter's movie is way worse than any of Mortal Kombat's films, if we're going to talk about other stuff.
And worse than Power Rangers. I'll give you that, RJ.
Thank you.
Yes.
I guess it depends. It depends on what movie you watch. I mean, the real Street Fighter movie with like Jean-Claude Van Damme, yeah, that was bad. That was bad.
The animated one was fucking brilliant, though.
But the animated one, when Ken broke his feet and was still getting work to Bison.
Yeah, that hurt my heart. That hurt my heart to let go, as well as but I'm strictly doing games here. Does anybody else have Street Fighter as their number 3?
Sorry, give me 1 second.
Pop West.
This guy. Street Fighter, very fun game. And Aaron kind of confused me when he said, when your characters don't interest me, I don't play the game. Aaron, have you actually ever looked at the characters? Street Fighter has some awesome characters, and a lot of different characters. Yes, there's Ryu and Ken, who are literally the exact same person, just color swapped. You have Chun-Li, who's like an actual woman. Dalsim, an Indian guy who can extend his arms and legs. And then Blanca, a gorilla person. I don't know what he is. They do have a lot more memorable characters, which is another reason why I have it at 3 instead of 4. But the games are definitely faulty because they're a lot easier for button mashing. A lot of the characters are broken. I still have a cousin, Michael. I do not talk to you because of all the times you were Dalsim and you would just hide out in the corner and do the down long kick and just continually do it until
Shoot this motherfucker.
Just send that to him.
I will. Yeah. It's so enragingly annoying. Someone can do the side punch down with Blanca just continually like that. It's a lot more of a broken game than the others, and so they've never really done anything to fix it.
Yeah. Sorry, Don.
It's all good, man. You know, everybody's entitled to their own opinion, but I don't know, man. Street Fighter for me was a great game. You know, I mean, don't get me wrong. You know, I got a different perspective because I was probably the one who was that you guys all hated because I was the one that was beating everybody down. You know, so I got everything. But I always felt like Street Fighter, especially. And see, that's the thing, man. Like I played all these games throughout all their franchises, and I mean, Street Fighter versus Alpha 3 was one of the greatest like fighting games of that genre in that time. They had like 50 characters you could play from. They had a storyline. You know, you got to find out like how like cats like Akuma came about and all this other stuff. It had a lot more than like from a story perspective, probably every game on the list. And RuViews is my guy, so I'm just biased.
You said Street Fighter versus Alpha 3, and I was just...
First of all, you're throwing too many big words at me. Okay, now, because I don't understand them, I'm going to take them as disrespect.
No idea what the hell you just said. None whatsoever. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to continue on, and I'm going to go with my number 3. Because my number 3 is a game that, like, again, I love all of these games. I love all of these games a lot. However, I could not get into this game as much as others, and for that reason, Smash Bros has to go.
Leave your own show. Leave your own show right now. Kick yourself out. Kick yourself out right now. Give me control of these graphics. Where are these graphics? Give me these.
Look,
all the negative graphics towards you, sir. How dare you?
I absolutely have a ball playing Smash Bros. I really, really do. I think it is an amazing game. It has perfected the bringing everybody together, doing things, and it's a lot of fun. However, it's the one that
there's no however. There's no however. Everything you said is good. There's no however.
I don't come back to it. I do not come back. It's kind of like, okay, I can't figure out what I'm actually doing here sometimes. How the hell do you keep kicking me? I don't understand it. I don't get it. And I have more fun with the other two. I do, which is really hard to say because as Don said, it's hard to pick. It's literally like it's 1, 2, and 2 capital A because Smash Brothers is that close for me. But I had to go with my gut here. I had to go with my heart here. And I'm sorry, Smash Bros. Smash Bros is gone. It's my number 3.
How dare you, sir?
That's all disrespect, sir.
I'm sorry.
You say you never go back to it? I'm going to ship you my Nintendo 64 with Smash Brothers in it and tell me that game still doesn't slap.
It slaps. It is amazing. I feel like
it just slapped you too many times, so you put it at number 3.
You know what? To tell you the truth, I actually have the most success in Smash Bros than anything else.
So what?
I do. The other two, I have more fun playing. I have more memories playing. And bias is in it. Bias, and this is what it's about. My bias is in it. I don't care if I'm tripping. That's fine.
I'm gonna drive down to South Carolina and Falcon punch you in the nuts for that.
You know what? Go ahead and go down to South Carolina all you want. You are not in my state if you do that, so that is fine.
Whatever. One of the Carolinas. I don't give a fuck. Trying to hide me, north and south. Stupid ass.
But yes, I did get rid of Smash. Just saying that and how much fun I have, it does hurt me as well. But again, the memories of the other two are just priceless for me, and I can't get rid of them. Not before Smash Bros. Because I only think about it when I go back to gaming, and I don't go back to gaming very often. My memories of the other two are beautiful. and I will not let them go. So with that, I did realize I did not do it wrong the last time. I get rid of the things that were gone. So what is left? I have Soul Calibur and Mortal Kombat left. RJ has Soul Calibur and Smash Bros. Don has Street Fighter and Smash Bros. And both Aaron and Papa West have Mortal Kombat and Super Smash Bros. Left. So before we get into it, one dude who wanted to be on is in class right now. I'm so sorry, KB. This next dude who wanted to be on is at work. He was the one I actually thought of when I came up with this to try to be on, but he couldn't. So he also sent in another video. He's going to present why he says his number one is number one.
All right, so the question we're asking is what happens when you put Street Fighter, Soul Calibur, Super Smash Brothers, and Mortal Kombat in a room together? Who wins out? Who's got to stay? And it's Mortal Kombat. Flawless victory. Fatality. Listen, we've had 3 games. We've had multiple TV series. This is a popular IP, and every year a Mortal Kombat game comes out. You know what award it gets? It gets Fighting Game of the Year. That's right, that's because there is no competition. They are number 1. Street Fighter has never evolved past an arcade fighter. Super Smash Brothers, fun for the whole family. You know what? It's timeless. I love Smash Brothers. I'd say even it almost stayed. Soul Calibur, it's good, but it's not any more iconic than Tekken or anything like that. There is only one property that stands above the rest with the great mythos, lore, and ever-evolving fighting styles, characters. The only thing that's going to last the test of time is Mortal Kombat. Your soul is mine.
Jesse can never not be corny, but that's okay. It's my guy. And just like him, 2 other people have Mortal Kombat, and the other 3 have Super Smash Bros. And since we don't have anybody on an island, y'all know what I picked because I did not keep Soul Calibur. But what we got is me and Aaron have Mortal Kombat, and Papa West, Don, and RJ have Super Smash Bros. Fellas, Mortal Kombat is the most iconic video game and franchise of all time. All time. There is nothing better. Period. I'm sorry. He said it. The combos, the characters, the gore is. I watch reactions of the videos of people watching the new gore because it's so damn fun. And if they ever make an actual good movie, it would make sense. I got Mortal Kombat all day. Yeah. Plain and simple.
Smash Bros, bro.
Smash Bros.
Anybody that plays a fighting game knows that Smash Bros is the most intricate fighting game probably ever created. You know, I mean, like.
And I don't even play video games, and even I know that.
All these other fighting games are cool. Like you got MVC, you got Tekken, you got Soul Calibur, you got MK, even Street Fighter. And I was born and raised on Street Fighter, but still, like Smash Bros, dog. At the end of the day, you want to talk about skill, you want to talk about like even just fun. A game where you could play with 4 people. Now you can play with 8 people. You talk about mayhem. Get 8 people on the 6 at one time.
I will admit I didn't know that you could play with 8 people.
You can now play with 8 people.
Yeah, you can
play.
Played yourself, sir.
Yep. Not only that, you could put yourself against 7 CPUs. You know how hard it is to take on 7 dudes. CPUs coming after you.
Can I just say, as somebody who's actually played with 8 people, that game with 8 people in a room, unless that TV is fucking big enough, it is a bitch to try and do. But you can do it.
It's not a classic. It's not a classic.
Also,
it's going to be a classic, but it's not as classic.
Smash
That's my thing. Look, you talking about
all unique characters too. And then what also it did, so many people were introduced to the F-Zero series, Fire Emblem. Me personally, I was introduced to Samus through Super Smash Bros. And
you never heard of Metroid?
I never played any Metroid until after I played Smash. And also, everyone's like, hey, Mario, why is Peach always getting trapped by Bowser? Well, now you can take Peach and kick Bowser's ass with Peach. She's not trapped in the tower anymore. She's off on her own.
To tell you the truth, I thought you were going to say you could take Peach and kick her off the stage because she needs to stop getting captured. But anyway, Don, what were you saying?
Bro, I'm just saying, bro, like Smash is the only game. Like when I think of Smash Bros, right? You're taking some of the greatest franchises like of all time, right? And taking all their star characters and throwing them all into one game and just letting them fight. And then on top of that, the fighting mechanics is unique to like in a sense of it. So there's no game out there like Smash. There's nothing like Smash. Like I could play Injustice, and Injustice is just like Mortal Kombat. You know what I'm saying? I could play like Street Fighter knockoffs.
Injustice is Mortal Kombat. Let's be real.
They are made by the same studio.
Is Mortal Kombat.
They're made by the same people.
I'm telling you now, before you do that, Don, if you've never played this game, I mentioned it once, Smash Bros. Got its idea from Power Stone on the Dreamcast. And if the Dreamcast didn't die, it would be the most popular fighting game ever. Because Smash Bros. Got the concept from them. It was the first one to do the 3D, to pick up whatever shit, to power up. Go play Power Stone. Go play Power Stone 2, which is 10 times better, and then come back and tell me there's nothing like Super Smash Bros. No, there's nothing like Mortal Kombat. Nothing before, nothing after.
Okay. No.
And you could say Injustice, but Injustice took Mortal Kombat to make its game.
No, okay. Look, he's right. There's nothing out there like Super Smash Brothers, not only with how you fight each other, but how you can actually play the game by yourself. You don't just have to be like, oh, okay, I'm going to fight the computer. No, you can do the challenges and the races. You can fight Master Hand. First of all, don't act like you didn't like fighting that giant hand at the end of the game. It was dumb, but it was super fun to beat the shit out of that hand. Let's be honest. Not only that, you talk about like the intricacies of this. Tell me that finding those items, don't act like you weren't scared as shit when your homeboy got a hold of that hammer and you had to stay away from him for like 30 seconds or else your ass was out of that game. And tell me none of y'all didn't turn off every item but Pokeballs and just played each other, letting all the Pokeballs come out, picking up what you could and just throwing them and being like, hope to God, let me get that Entei, let me get that Unknown, let me get that Lugia. You can do so much with Super Smash Brothers that you can't do with any other fighting game ever. Don't get me wrong. Mortal Kombat did it first when you can, you fight the tower. You play the computer characters and you fight your way up the tower. They give you a random fighter until you get up to Shao Kahn. Cool. Awesome. Super Smash Brothers did it better. That's all I got to say.
Aaron, help me out because this is, I think, the first episode that they're starting to convince me. They're not going to convince me, but at least the arguments are there. So help me out. Help me out here, fam.
Yeah, of course. So just to play fair, Smash is a great franchise, I will admit. I take the one gotta stay concept very literally. So the reason I put Smash second, like the reason Smash, because I said to Amaru, it was very easy for me immediately to put Smash second. That's because if we get rid of Smash, we still get to keep all those other franchises. If we get rid of Mortal Kombat, we lose all the characters from Mortal Kombat. So technicality, but Mortal Kombat is really and truly was the game that I feel like took the fighting genre and put it in the forefront. Like, obviously, you had games like Street Fighter and other ones coming up around that same time, but I feel like Mortal Kombat, with its fatalities and that being the hook that it had, was the game that really pushed this genre forward and allowed for a lot of those other games to really come into it. It's also one of those franchises that's managed to stay relevant in the modern day. I don't know anyone who played Street Fighter V because it was caught up in all these like exclusivity rights and yada yada yada. Mortal Kombat is still available on every possible console, including the frickin' Wii, and it's in its own modern era. It's completely revitalized itself in a different way. It's one of the few fighters nowadays that's doing like legitimate, competent story modes within its own game. Like, story modes have existed in fighters for years, but I mean, in terms of the money they're putting into it for the cutscenes and the graphics and everything, it is one of the few legitimate full fighting games. Smash Bros doesn't have anything like that. Like, yes, Smash Bros is a really great, fun party game. And like I said, I've done 8 people on one TV, and it is a lot of fun if you can figure out where your character is. But that's all it is. It's a great party game. And if you're not having a party, I don't think it's as fun as something like Mortal Kombat, where you can play it by yourself, whether it's the story mode or the computer. And I think you can still continuously have fun, even though you're by yourself. Whereas I think everything with Smash hinges on having a group of people to play it with and having that environment. Without that, it's just a game with a lot of characters that most of which you have to buy now anyways.
I just message. You talk about buying characters. You know how much DLC crap you got to buy on that bullshit now in Mortal Kombat? So don't talk about, oh, you got to buy most characters nowadays. Fuck you. Second of all, not actually fuck you, but fuck that concept. But anyways, and second of all,
I paid for the Predator. You paid for
second of all, you pay for the scenes. You talk about all this story. They hide the fact that it's the exact same fucking game every time with all this bullshit storyline because they know if they allowed you to do was fight, you'd be like, it's the same fucking game every time.
And that's why they changed it. And that's why they do it, to make sure you don't get tired. How long have they been? At least 20
I'm tired.
years.
I'm exhausted. I'm done playing Mortal Kombat. I can play Brawl all day. And I will take a final Smash over a fatality any day.
No.
Yes, I will. I will take a final Smash.
Boy, if you don't get
Sorry.
One thing I'll say, man, look, MK, to me, MK, Street Fighter, Smash Bros. Are all great franchises. Now, like, to your point, Street Fighter 5 was pretty garbage. I will admit that. And it hurt. It hurt because, like, Street Fighters all the way up until then was dope, you know? But I also have to say that, like, MK, when you would shoot Jinko and you have to go through and kill the freaking whoever, that game sucked bad. Like, really bad. Storyline made no sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, you were forced to play this idiot that nobody knew who he was. You couldn't even pick who you wanted to play. Like, that game was garbage.
So that's where they got the concept of Cole from? Because that's where they got the concept of Cole from in this new movie? Because I have no idea why they did that. But anyway.
Only good thing about that movie was Kano, bro. If Kano wasn't in that new movie, that movie
Kano was fucking funny.
And the first 10 minutes.
Yes.
After that.
Hey, I'm sorry. Like I said, I can go tangent on Power Rangers from anything. Ludi Lin did a good job. I'm sorry. Ludi Lin did a good job.
Yeah, but
I liked Ludi Lin's Liu Kang. It's just because he wasn't the main one. I feel like they did him a disservice because he's a great actor if you put him in the forefront. They pulled the same shit on him in Power Rangers when he was Zack.
But what I will say about Smash, though, is, like, Smash has never flopped. Never. Smash 1 revolutionized gaming in general. Like, I know you talking about a Dreamcast, and that's cool. I'll go back and research it, but I mean, I still ain't never heard about it. You know what I'm saying? I played a game called The Legend of Dragoons, which in my opinion was better than Final Fantasy VII. But nobody heard about it. It didn't get the marketing. So I mean, hey, bro.
I tell you the truth, I did not realize that Smash was out before the Dreamcast on the N64, and I didn't even consider that version of the game. So you are right on that one. Because I didn't even consider that. What was the name of the game you just mentioned?
The Legend of Dragoon.
Oh, I thought you said Panzer Dragoon because that was also a great ass game.
No, but I mean that game was great, but nobody heard about it. Should have had a second, but nobody got it. So I mean, Smash 1 revolutionized, bro. I was a kid playing with my brothers like 6 hours every Saturday morning, bro. We make sure we did our homework real quick, so that way we could hop on the sticks and play Smash. And when you talk about like competitive, you talk about like party game. When you talk about competition and Smash, you want to look at cats who actually stream and actually play the game and actually go out there to Evos and compete like that. It takes way more skill to be good at Smash than it does Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, Soul Calibur. I put that over any game.
Unless you play Meta Knight. Unless you play Meta Knight, because even I can win with Meta Knight, and that's
only in Smash 3. That's only in Smash 3.
Listen. I 100% agree with you in terms of complexity, but as someone who, and this is actually true, I played competitive COD for 2 years. I'm not about complex controls. I'll take that simple shit all day.
Yeah, I mean, it just to me it's all about competition, right? Like where I was beating all my friends in fighting games, I was getting smacked.
Shoot this motherfucker.
Don't bring that
up. I was getting smacked in Call of Duty, right? Like Call of Duty. There is no way.
No, I'm good at that. That I can play
on Call of Duty. But I mean, I got beat so bad that I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go pick up Call of Duty because I'm not gonna get disrespected like this again. I might lose, but I'm not getting killed by Mr. Antonio Jones with no guns, just knives and grenades.
Yeah,
I can't leave with my dignity like that. You know what I'm saying?
No, Call of Duty can lead to some weird things, man. I had a friend who was proud that he would like go into lobbies and play with pistols only, and I'm just like, if you have that much time to get good at that, I think that's more sad than proud. And I saw that comment. I definitely don't sound like Luda. I definitely.
No, she meant Don. She
I know.
meant
It's
Don.
talking about me.
I can't remember how to bring the names back, but whatever. Papa West, as we wrap this up, let us know your final thoughts on why you pick Smash and why you have everything else, and just this list in general.
Yeah. Again, where can I get Peach and be like, hey, you're not gonna get kidnapped by Bowser anymore. You're gonna kick Bowser's ass on your own, no help. You can only do that in Smash. Soul Calibur, you fight with swords. Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, you fight with hands. Smash Bros, you fight with swords, hands, guns, lightsabers, Pokeballs, everything. And I'm upset none of us talked about Subspace Emissary or World of Light, two of the best story modes in any fighting games ever. I was trying to say something, but y'all wouldn't let me talk. But that's okay. Great story. And it opened the world to a lot of different video games for a lot of people. Smash, great game. Mortal Kombat, yes, it's good. It's iconic. It's led to a lot of good stuff. But when it boils down to it, you have Ermac, Rain, Sub-Zero, Scorpion that are literally all the same character.
Bro, don't you dare diss Ermac.
What?
Don't diss Ermac like that.
I'm messing around.
Same exact color, different color scheme, same exact characters, and they changed out and said this guy has a snake rope thing that comes out of his arm. Now it's ice. Now it's fire. Smash, you don't do that. They are all unique characters. They change up movesets. And it's just a lot more fun than Mortal Kombat is. So that's why it's better.
Well, I mean, there's technically Marth and Roy, and they're the same dude. I'm sorry. I love Smash, but they're the same dude.
Very different fighters.
They're the same dude. They're the same dude in Smash. I'm sorry. You're not going to get anything different from picking one over the other. And kind of the same when Daisy came in, too. I'm sorry. Like, I'll still pick Super Smash Brothers, but I'll admit there's some ones that, like, yo, it's the same dude.
Daisy and Peach are the same. I'll give you that. But no, Roy and Marth, they have a different normal B special. And Marth is a lot faster than Roy. So
it depends on which one you're playing, I mean, Roy hit harder, Marth.
I play no one but Captain Falcon, so I can't say shit.
Captain Falcon and Ganondorf were kind of the same, and then they made Ganondorf better, So
yeah, that's true.
Don, continue on with your final thoughts, sir. Why you pick Smash and just this list in general.
Smash is just unique, bro. Like, it's just one of those things where it doesn't matter what game you play. It has a star power. It has a complexity. I mean, I've never you've seen it try to be done with like Marvel versus Capcom, where they try to bring all these different big names into one franchise, and like some of them were good, the later ones weren't so great, But I mean, this is one of those games where it's like, not only do you just get to follow all the characters that you hopefully grew up playing. I know I'm a little older, but I grew up on Nintendo with Mario and Luigi, and I knew about Metroid, I knew about Legend of Zelda. So it's like you took all these like kiddie little games, and now they all fighting each other. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, not only that, and I know, like, I saw in the comments where they were saying that Mortal Kombat is iconic. Those are 90 games. Jumpman, that was in the 80s. Legend of Zelda, that was in the 80s. So these cats are still relevant, not only to the younger crowd, but also to the older crowd. And when you talk about competition, you're not going to find competition on that level. Like, I know about Sonic Fox from freaking Mortal Kombat. He's nice, no disrespect to him. Cats like Daigo from Street Fighter and this and that. Like, still, I'd say when it comes to how much time you need to put into the game and skill level, you can't touch Smash.
Hey, Aaron, final thoughts, sir.
Hey, you got the names. Good for you.
Took me a while, but I figured it out.
Yeah, no. I just want to say thank you for having me on. This was way easier than the Kanye list. No, honestly, I think both of the games that got named as number one, it really is a coin flip for how great these franchises are. For me, it's Mortal Kombat. I mean, part of it is because it's probably the one I've played the most. But I think it's a legitimately great franchise. The only thing I'll combat that somebody said, I forget who was that said it, but they talked about the fact that Smash never flopped. Smash does only have 4 games, so when you compare that to the number of games Mortal Kombat has, statistically, you're bound to find a flop in Mortal Kombat than you are compared to Smash. But it's hard to diss one over the other. They're both great games, and this was a great time.
Quality over quantity.
RJ, continue on, sir. Give us your final thoughts.
Yeah, so like just going back over my list, like I said, look, Street Fighter, like I said, if it's not Marvel versus Capcom, I ain't touching the Street Fighter guys, and most of the time when I played that game, I wasn't. I picked the Marvel characters and Mega Man. And now Mega Man's in Super Smash, so I don't even have that anymore, that like, oh, I can only play as Mega Man in this game. They got him now too, so it doesn't matter. Mortal Kombat, like I said, it's the same game every single time. Sure, they up the fatalities, but after a while, I'm just like, okay, cool. And like, it takes forever to get it, and most of the time, you can't even hit that fatality unless your dude is at the finishing point. Like, unless you actually have that, you can't even hit that fatality right. And then Soul Calibur, like I said, Soul Calibur is 2 because that's pure nostalgia. Dreamcast. Look, I played Soul Calibur, I played Monster Ranchers, and I played Jet Set Radio. So Dreamcast was my boy. But if you're talking about the best video game memory I ever have, was my friend's 7th birthday party back in 1st grade. And I'm talking like 15 to 26-year-olds in this house. Like, holy shit. And all we did all night was there was 4 controllers, 1 Nintendo 64, and Super Smash Brothers. And it was a constant rotation of whoever lost. You cannot touch, like Don said earlier, when you talk about just pure competition, pure fun, nothing touches Smash Brothers. That's the one game that everyone can put on, and it doesn't need a skill level. It doesn't matter how bad you are at games. Everyone's going to play Super Smash Brothers. All other games, you're like, I'm not good at that, I'm not good at that, I'm not good at that. Doesn't matter if you're good or bad at Smash Brothers. That's the game you're going to play with everybody.
For me, I got 2 comments. 1, Soul Calibur needs more respect.
Thank
2,
you.
Go research Power Stone 2, one of the greatest fighting games to ever release, ever. And I'm gonna wait for Power Stone 3 for the rest of my life. But I want to thank these gentlemen for coming on. It's a lot of fun. And as usual, before we get out of here, I will present us with the riddle for the next episode. And next episode, we are going back to music. But it's going to be something a little different for me. You don't expect. It's going to be a new groove. It's going to be like putting on new clothes. And if you don't like the artist I pick, well, I'm just going to rebut that with, haven't you people ever heard of broadening your horizons? If not, you're going to be in the business of misery. And for me, I'm going to hear these songs and I'm going to dance for centuries, because in the end, it doesn't really matter what everybody else says. So for Don, for RJ, for Papa West, for Aaron, this was the video game episode. We are out of here.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?